about just under 3/4 of the roof done so far. This has had 2 scrubs and the water is just about starting to run clear now. Just about starting to run clear. So I'll probably go over this again, but as you can see, look, I know it looks lovely when it's like this. When it's wet, it looks all nice and clean, doesn't it? But this is one of the reasons why I'm doing on a second scrub over and making sure, because pretty patterns. Once it's dry, you might still see like very faint green patches, so I need to be sure that it's all gone, hence the twice the go over. And if I need to, I'll go over it again. This is just baby shampoo. It's really soft shampoo, so it's really gentle, so it's good for the material, and that's all it is. Okay, step 1, scrub. Bit of fluff. Stuff landing on it already, look. Already being blown in the air, stuff landing on it. Amazing, isn't it, eh? But yeah, now I've gone over it twice. I've given it a scrub 3 times, twice with the soap, and the 3rd time with just clear water. And literally I've just got a hose, gentle pouring of the hose, no massive power or anything, and then scrubbing all of this out with the hose next to it until the water runs clear. And you can see like it's literally washed. Most of this water here is now clean. That's all dry, dirty from originally, but you can see some of it is still pretty wet and clear. Yep, so that's what you need to do. And you try and get some off there. Yeah, it looks pretty clear to me so far. Doing all right. But that said, the proof is in the pudding, and we won't really know if I've missed any spots or if any green spots are going to be a bit more stubborn, etc, until this is completely dry. And once it's completely dried, that's when I can actually get to look over it, because I can see a very faint, it might be the way the cloth is, but I think I can see a little bit of green remainder around here. I think I've also possibly got some in this corner, and I've definitely got some over here in this one. I think there's some stuck in there. Oh, let's get the camera. Yeah, I think there's some stuck in there. So yes, so I need to get a smaller brush on that, get right inside that one, just to make sure he's all good. So that's not too big a problem, that one. That one on the other side, they're alright, that's not bad. But it's when you get into like the patchy stuff. So once it's dry, hour or 2 in this weather, maybe a bit more, we'll have a better understanding of where we're at. Ooh, look, it's dry. Ooh, it's dry. Yeah, look, tiny little bits down in here. I'll get a dry brush on those. They should be able to, right up inside there, look. Right, tickling inside there. I've got to get that out. Then we've got a tiny little bit of here. You can see some more still over there, so that just needs a little bit more attention. It's just these little spots that need it. Same with that one there. They just need that little bit of extra scrubbing where I've missed it. This bit. Yeah, there's that one up there. Ah, there he is. I thought it was up here, but it wasn't. It's just below here. So this allows me to focus on it all, and all along here to there. A load of stuff landed on it already. Amazing what goes through the air. But I'm glad that's really cleaned up. That one there, that was really quite thick and heavy in there. I was expecting to find something there, but there's nothing there at all. And then the rest of it is absolutely, maybe a spot there. Yeah, I can understand why there'd be a spot here, because reaching it and trying to get it, and of course you're pushing it that way when you're brushing, and then you're doing the same from the other side, so it's going to meet up in the middle and you're going to miss that. This is one of those easy little things. Is he coming out? It's dust. Look at that, it's dust. I've washed it and it's covered in dust already. Look at that. Wow. All I've done is wait for it to dry. Well, I'm glad I've done that because I've got to get all that off. Looks like I'm going to have to get the soft brush up on this as well before I coat it, because I don't want to go coating it and there's all this stuff trapped underneath it. So that will all be coming out. Meanwhile, back at the back cave, yeah, same with that little bit there as well. I think that's the same issue because most of that's clean now. Look. Oh yeah, there we go. It's gone. That's it. Sweet. I will give them another little lick over though. Even here's all good. Yep. Yeah, looking nice. Bit of a scuff there. Yeah, that's all right. Sorted. Lovely. Very nice. Yep, little bit here. Little bit of greenery. So yeah, what's that? 3-4 spots? Just take care of them and then we're away. And yes, I am sucking up a, what's it? A convertible roof, that's the one. Now, I'm not getting rid of all these linty bits, but what I am doing is getting rid of all this dust that bounced back. Watch it just disappear. Look at that. Magic. This little bit. Now this back deck here is a bit tough. I might have to go over him again. He's being a bit of a... But yeah, one-handed, nah, no good. I've got to put the camera down. Sorry. And the lint roller. Where's my lint roller? Has anybody seen my lint roller? Or am I picking it all off by hand? No, no good. Both hands. Sorry. Well, would you look at that? This bit here is still drying, just a little bit. It won't be long and it'll be dried off completely. But look how clean that is now. Yeah? And look at the rest of it. This is completely dry. Now, there's some scuff damage here that wasn't me. This was not me. That was there prior. But now you can see why I hoovered it. All that thin layer of dust. Look, there's none there anymore. It's all gone. Why did I do that? The reason being is that all that dust and dirt will be sitting in every single tiny little crack, groove, nook and cranny all over this roof. And the moment you go, get off, and the moment you go treating it with anything, hopefully you don't use silicone and you use something like Fabsil Gold, which is what I use. The moment you start doing that, that sealant will be sat on that dust, and then the moment it all dries out, all that dust goes whoosh and gone once you start driving down the road, or there's some rainfall. It washes all that dirt out, and then all of that sealant you've put on here, most, possibly even half of it is no good, because there's millions of tiny little holes where the dust was covered in sealant, not the actual material. So that is why this now currently looks like it does. And it's bone dry. This is bone dry. Now, I can't take full credit for the total ultimate appearance of this roof, because it is in pretty good, reasonably good condition. It looks like it's had some care and attention in its life. It is starting to look a bit worn in places. I don't know how old it is. I don't know how long it's been on the car. It may be the original. No idea. A bit of soap drain in there. I've got to scrub that up with a gentle brush, clean out all that before I seal it. So you just got to keep on checking it to spot stuff like this. You don't want to see stains like that one up there. I'll see them a bit differently now. I'll have to give them another brush but the rest of it's gone. All clean. Oh no, 2 tiny little bits left. We're all good down there, all good around here. So there you go. Now all I'm going to do is, once I've sorted out those little bits, hit it with the Fabsil Gold. So, Bob, tell us, how do you apply your Fabsil Gold?
Well, mate, you know, I just got a brush, like, you know, and I just dunk it into stuff, like, and give it a shake, and, you know, just sort of brush it across, like, you know. It's like that easy. Is that all you do? Yes, mate. That's it. Like, you know, it's not like world championship stuff or anything. It's just like, you know, dunk it, brush it, spread it. Yeah, you know. Just make sure you get all the edges and the corners, and pay particular attention to like the edges and the corners, because that's where a lot of the water goes in it. So you just dip it and spread it. Yes, mate. That's it. That's what you do. Now, this 1 tin of Fabsil Gold will do this entire roof, and I'll probably have some left over, which is cool because I normally try to aim the camera at what I'm doing. Well, I don't. It never works. But yeah, I normally end up giving it 1.5 coats. 1.5 coat, yeah, 1.5. Yeah, you know what I mean. Right, what happens is once this is dry, if you go over it again, you use less because there's a barrier there. The material isn't soaking up the liquid, so you're using half as much. Get me? God, blimey. This rocket science stuff is overwhelming, isn't it? Aye. Don't that look pretty? Yeah, it does, because it's fresh Fabsil. It's all wet and drying. I stipple it in, scrub it in, and try to make sure I get it into every single fibre as much as I possibly can. Especially around these areas, these bits, and these ridges. And anywhere there's a seam, even these ridges, I try to make sure they've got extra deep, because that's where they pull the material tight. And you need that extra bit of protectant right on that section there. So that's it, all up in Fabsil for the first time. Wait until that dries, and then I'll use the rest of the can, which is I've got about 1/4 of a can left. Actually, I don't even remember telling you what size tin I've got. I think it's a 500ml. Where is he? Oh, it's a litre. 1 litre. So, oh look, we've got fluff landing on it already. But this side's all done. Me and my hands. But yeah, this side's all done. This one's going to be dry. This cloth was actually quite thirsty. I don't think this has been done in quite a while. It just, well, it soaked it up. So it's going to be nice to see what it's like when it's actually dried and completed. As you can see down here, it's all sort of thick on the beading and the edging. So it's all dripping and draining down. What you don't want to try and do is overload it so much that it runs down all over the car and all over the windows. As you can see, I haven't got any because, you know, but there is a couple of bits here and there. Not there, okay? That ain't it, right? But yeah. It's official, the roof is dry. Hey, look at that. Done. Oop, camera. Oh no, fluffy things. Go away, fluffy things. Get off, get off. Be somewhere else. Yeah, so there you go, roof's done. Totally dry. Fabsil Gold. Yum, 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 yum. Now, in a minute, because I'm just doing the wheels at the moment, I'm giving the wheels a good going over. Once they're done,
I think I'll go over this with the rest of the Fabsil just to say that it's all been used, and that should give that a really nice dose all over then. Give it a nice coat. About a quarter of a tin left. Somewhere between an eighth and a quarter of a tin left, something like that. Should be plenty to go over like the vast majority of the top here, or especially pay particular attention to the seams again. One or the other. I might do seams first, i.e. these bits and where the rods are. And around the back here, make sure they're all good. But yeah, it's looking all right. Feels lovely. It's all fluffed up, and some of those. I haven't seen any remnants of those marks. Looks like we've got rid of them. The old yeah, looks like they've gone. But yeah, there you go. Ta-da! Next. Oh yeah, there is one next. I believe it belongs to a Mr. Baker. That's coming along soon. It's an interesting one, that one is. Really interesting. I can't wait to get my hands on it, to be honest. It's going to be really interesting to see how it comes out. Well, how cool is this, right? Yeah, there I am, washing the car, and what happens? It starts to rain. Beading, lovely. It's when it starts to roll off, so I know that the Fabsil has done its business, and I'm glad that I didn't apply the second coat earlier. I think now if this continues throughout the night, well it will, it's getting late now anyway, I won't be giving it another coat until possibly late tomorrow afternoon, depending on the weather. If it's good in the morning and it looks clear and looks like it's going to stay dry, I'll coat it then. But this is going to be really interesting. I wish I had a time-lapse video now. I'll just shut up and we can listen and watch the rain fall on the roof of a freshly treated Saab convertible roof. Don't get to do this very often, do we, eh? It's bouncing nicely. You can see the water splashes bouncing off and ricocheting. Yep, there's one just ran off the side there. That's what we want. We want it running. Easily flowing off. This is a nice test, I'll tell you that. What's the time? Does anybody know? I think it's silly o'clock, but this had definitely dried about 2 hours ago. 3 hours maybe? I think we're somewhere around about 6 o'clock now, I think. Cool. Exciting, isn't it? Here we go. Looks like we're about to see some droplets run off. Yeah, you can see them. They're just like off. Look at it. They're not sticking at all. Fabsil Gold. Can't go wrong with it. Ah, interesting. Look at that. That hasn't dried properly yet. See the way the water is collecting? They should be droplets like this. That might be because it hasn't completely dried out around that seam. So see what I'm saying about making sure all your seams and joins and everything are doubly treated. I'm doubtful about that area, so I'll have to pay attention to that. I'm doubtful. I'm not saying it's not done, I'm saying I'm doubtful. It is all done. Oh, it's starting to do it everywhere. Me and my big mouth. Of course, yeah, all the little droplets are starting to form bigger droplets. Duh.
Now, one ran. Running straight off. I so want to tap it. My dinner is actually on a table behind me, going cold. And here I am, watching rain fall on a convertible roof. Like water off a duck's back. Look at that go. Whoa. Doesn't it look pretty? Well, there you go. Tested. Hey. We're loving it. That's it, I'm putting it away. Can't do any more for the night. All done. And where's all this dirt coming from? Oh, I know. Off of here. Oh man, I've got to wash it again tomorrow. Look at the beading and the paddling. Look at that. Hey, look at that. Yummy. We're still rolling off down and around everywhere. It's still sort of trickling off. But yeah, definitely going to go over it again with the remainder tomorrow when this is dry. Couple of areas that I'm a bit sort of I mean, this isn't too bad because it's just a solid piece underneath here, but yeah, that's had a good soak as well. So unless these areas haven't particularly dried out properly, definitely give it another coat. Might even buy another tin. But yeah, that's good. That is good. Yum.